What's up, everybody? Happy Aloha Thursday. Welcome to the HFG show. We are Hawaii Fishing Gear, highfishgear.com. I'm here with another. Hey, thank you for coming back. This is Andy Kim, one of our good friends here at the shop. He showed up right at the right time again. And I said, "What are you doing? You busy? You like, come on the show." Hey, it's we try to bring you interesting people, and this is one of my. It's every time he comes around and Wallace is here, like the conversations that we have are always very interesting, and I thought he'd be a great guest to have on. So thank you again, once again, for coming in almost at the same time.
No problem, no problem.
All right, if you guys got some questions about fishing, we're here. You guys on Instagram, I know a lot of you guys love watching us on Instagram, but please check us out on YouTube because you catch the full wide version. Danny Chamizo, I know you watch all these videos. It's up. You can see it. It's in the back. Danny loaned me a photo, a frame poster, and I'll talk about that at another date because that is probably one of the best paintings of Hawaii fishing. I'll go in depth about it, but I want to let Danny know that it is up on the wall as guaranteed. He said, "Bill, you can have it back if you hang it in the studio." It's right there on the wall. We added some brand new lures on highfishgear.com. We are sampling some new stuff. I like to call them budget-friendly lures. They are different weights and things like that. We want to find out what you guys are really into. If you guys buy a crap load of them, we're going to bring in a crap load of them. 4 different lures are now available on the website, and it goes from ultralight to like medium game. And I will talk about all 4 of the lures that are now available on highfishgear.com. We'll start with the light stuff. We were just talking about before we went on air. This is a 5-gram sinking minnow. 5-gram sinking minnow. It's available in 5 different colors. Small little baby hooks, and this is 5 grams out of 28.4. It comes out to, I think on my calculator it was like 1.2,
1.8 or something.
1. Yeah, it's very close to 1/8 of an ounce. Little baby casting, got a good amount of weight to it considering it's 5 grams. And that's a sinking minnow. So a lot of times you pick up a little ultralight lure or something, and if it floats, it's like, why even bother? Because it's not even staying below the surface. It's just causing a little ripple on the water. But because it sinks, it's going to get that nice little stick bait action in the water. But it's got a good amount of weight. Those are very inexpensive on highfishgear.com. If you want to know the price, go check it out. Here is another ultralight lure, and this is kind of cool because that's 5 grams, and this is 7 grams. This is a floating minnow. It has a nice lip on it, so you're gonna get that akole wiggle when it comes in, and it's also got a little bit bigger profile hooks. This is something I'd probably lean more towards throwing, because even though it's like 7 grams. You're not going to get a whole lot of distance, but you don't really expect it with ultralight. Yeah. You just kind of throw it out there. This is available in 5 different colors as well. That is a this is a 7-gram, quarter ounce floating casting minnow, and it does have inside of it that little ball bearing cast assist where it goes towards the butt, and as soon as you launch it out, it kind of evens out. But that when those ball bearings go towards the okole, it kind of gives you that nice boost post. Then we're going to get into this next one, which is a nice big chugger lure. This one has a big open mouth where it takes in water and spits it out the head. This one is a half ounce, has good size 2 hooks on it, and this one too also has that little ball bearing cast assist, and that is a floating half-ounce popper with a big old mouth where it spits water out the top. Nice big holographic sides on each of these. Those are also very inexpensive. And the last one, this is a sinker, and this one is a 5/8 of an ounce. 5/8 of an ounce. It is a pencil. It is just basically like a little mini stick bait. And that one, you just let it sink a little bit. You jig it right up towards the top, almost like a jig, but not really like solid metal like a normal jig. So those 4 lures, all under $10. Some of them are even under $5 on the front page of the website under new products. I also wanted to mention that our rod bags were restocked today. We got in double Ulua bags. We got in regular Ulua bags, spinning rod bags. Our DG locally made here in Neville Beach bags are all restocked. I'll make a post on Instagram a little bit later. And now let's get to all these questions that I see coming in on YouTube. If somebody's on Facebook, could you please drop a comment? I want to make sure that I'm seeing Facebook comments in my post here. I don't know if it's actually loading up. So let's see what questions we had on Instagram. Nothing yet on Instagram. Okay, light game guys, rejoice. Land base, long boy. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He just bought an ultralight setup, and then we started bringing in a whole bunch of ultralight stuff. We've tried ultralight stuff. We've had a few in stock. They're not really hot sellers, but when they're under $5, brah, they go pretty quick. All right. GT Fight Club, love the shirt, brother. Kelly boy. All right, there's Scuba Chris. Is Owama good for night fishing? I personally have no experience with.
I never tried.
Never tried. Never tried Owama night fishing. I don't know if you catch them daytime. What? Use nighttime fishing, Clinton.
What up?
Owama for nighttime fishing. Work.
Never did try.
Never did try. You got 3 people here. Never did try nighttime fishing Owama. I guess for me, it seems like it would be a waste because it's all gonna be eels and puffer fish and stuff that gonna whack them. Because that's usually when the bigger, like the bottom feeders come out a little bit more.
Yeah. And they're not real active fish, too.
I would say they would work, but I'd save that Owama for daytime. I really would. All right. Let's scroll down to the bottom, and I'll jump over and check. Wallace is giving his tree letter salute. So it's working on Facebook. Thank you very much, Wallace. Appreciate that. Would you tie those lures straight to the main line or set it up with a bubble? So we were discussing this yesterday because we had those little 2.5s that we just left, the little Hinalea ones. I would say that this one would work with a bubble. Have you ever tried a little hard lure with a bubble?
You gotta make your leader, I think, pretty short though.
Pretty short.
Because
Too long.
the longer it's gonna
wrap around the main thing.
Helicopter as you cast, I think.
So what would you suggest for lengthwise?
Maybe I don't think longer than 3 feet.
Okay, longer than 3 feet.
Yeah.
So between 2.5, 3 feet, somewhere.
Yeah, something.
All right.
Like that.
So if any of you guys want to sample these, you could tie those off to a bubble, little baby minnow. I think that would be action because you get the bubble popping, and then you get this little baby sinking lure behind it.
Yeah.
So you can have the bubble keep it off the reef, but it will stay below the surface. So that'd be kind of nice because I know, like a standard grub usually weighs about 1 gram.
Yeah.
This is 5 grams, so it would be a little bit heavier. You might encounter some of that helicopter action, but it, like Andy suggested, and I didn't even think about that, keeping your leader a little bit shorter,
yeah.
I think might reduce that helicopter action. If you want to find out what a helicopter action is, get yourself a large bubble, tie yourself on a half-ounce lure like this to your bubble, and cast it out, and introduce yourself to the helicopter action, which is where you have a lure that's almost the same weight as your lead or your bubble, and when you cast it out, the weight of that makes it just kind of helicopter action. But I like that suggestion of a shorter leader. In fact, I'm probably going to take home a couple of these and give them a little shot with the bubble, the Hawaii blue large bubble that we just brought in last week. Did you get some of those yet?
No.
Not yet. All right, I think I saw. You buy one rod rated to 7 grand can get like 20 yards. What is the standard for ultralight cast? What do you think like the standard cast distance is? If any of you guys ultralight fish out there, let me know what your standard cast is, just to kind of give everyone an idea what you can expect.
I mean, when we go on the flats and we fish, it's like 1/8 ounce. I think it's 1/8 ounce jig head, and we're getting like 30 yards at the
30
most.
yards. Yeah,
with
I can
the
see
wind.
that. Well, I mean, when I had that, I had an Aji rod from Major Craft, and that thing is rated up to I think 10 grams. And I tried like some 7 grams and 8 grams and stuff like that, and I wasn't really getting a good distance. But when I popped on like just the straight up max lure rating on that, on a little Castmaster, I was like, oh, big difference. Solid jig style.
Yeah, I noticed like if it's not a solid lure or metal,
when you're
it
talking
doesn't
about
cast as well.
like a hollow popper or something like that. It
So
doesn't.
a lure doesn't cast as well as a solid piece of lead.
I think it's going to cut through the wind too because of its mass, probably.
Yeah.
All right. And let me scroll through some questions. Taking notes of these legends. 20 to 40 yards, 50 yards west side wind at the back. Fucking Wallace. All right. OFC class in session right now. Inhale, aloha. All right. 80 to 90 feet. That's about 30 yards. Raja. Major Craft LSJ is my light setup. All right. Let's check out these questions that are coming in on YouTube real quick. Any idea when the Aluapo carry straps are coming back in? I do have notifications set. Musubi Racer DG, who makes those straps, he said that he was going to get him the buckles and everything for them. We should have them back in stock. Thank you for signing up for the notifications. If you guys are ever wondering when a product is back in stock, please take a step on our website, sign up for notifications. Even if you come in the store, go to our website, sign up for notifications. Before you come down to the shop, check out our website, see what you're looking for is in stock, because the inventory on the website reflects what we have in the store. And of course, if it's something that's very low inventory, grab it, purchase it for local pickup. When you come in, it'll be here paid for and ready for you to go. Water's Edge Bait says Owama nighttime works. Thank you for the follow-up on that. Small question for the website. Can you make a floating lure category? That's not a bad suggestion. We'll look into it. Maybe we categorize a little bit on the lure page. Is there a difference between foam core and floating lures? Foam core is a floating lure. Foam core is just a style, how to get it floating. What a foam core tells me is that it's like a hard resin outside with a foam inside, insert. Foam core. It might be a little bit lighter. What makes the weight is either lead or something inside of it, or the weight of the resin on the outside. Foam core is just kind of, some people want to know if it's foam core or not, so they call it in the title. Okay. What's up, Governor Guam, watching us on YouTube? Does all foam core float? Not every single one. As we were experimenting with making hammer bomb floats, we were trying foam core insides and stuff like that. You can make something that has a good amount of weight, and it will basically like really just slow sink
because it's the density of the resin.
Yeah, because we made like different models, like the rattle bomb, which is a 1.65 ounce subsurface float. Like, it will float, but it won't come out of the water. It'll just barely hit the surface. So we're going to call it a subsurface float. And then you look at the unleaded, which does actually have a tiny little bit of foam on the inside just to kind of get it to that 1.75 sweep spot. That one is a very, very slow sink to the bottom, which is why I really love the unleaded. Okay. But yeah, I think a majority of foam core lures that you see, if you're going to call it a foam core lure, you might as well, it's probably just going to be a float. I don't think they make a foam core subsurface or foam core slow float. Okay. I remember the first time I heard the word slow float. I'm like, oh.
It might be a slow float due to the weight of the hooks too.
Oh, yeah. I get you, when you actually add stuff to it, because a lot of times they design the lure a certain way, but you add a big heavy hook to it. How come I catch a reef all the time? All right, if there's wind, 10-foot cast. All right, how is the Shimano Socorro? C. Kavika, I am not a fan of the Shimano Socorro. It is, it's a kind of what you would consider a budget saltwater reel, but you go from like Saragossa or Stella, Saragossa, Twin Powers and all that stuff. You get to the Saragossa, and then you get to the Spheros. The Socorro is also a saltwater reel, but I feel like that drop off from the Spheros to the Socorro is just kind of, I don't like the feel of it. If you're going to get a saltwater reel, you might as well just bite the bullet. But I tell you right now, if that's what you got, don't let my opinion stop you from using it. If that's all you can afford at the moment, that's what your budget is, run them, brother. It's a good reel. It's just my personal opinion of it. I'm not really impressed with it. All right. And Max says right back to you, he says that's a good dunking reel with monofilament. All right. Oh, it's a hex shaft handle insert. Oh, so you can add handles and gonna be humbug to put on knobs. All right. What's a good dunking setup to use with the Carnage 2 conventional? What's a good dunking setup to use with the Carnage 2 conventional? If you're asking about what reel to pair with that, Carnage 2 conventional, I'm assuming he's talking about the not the Oluwapo one, but he's talking about the one with the rubber butt. They made a couple conventional rods that didn't have the Olua butt cap. I would say if you're probably talking about a 12-footer, if I remember, it's rated up to 50-pound test monofilament. I would probably run a C-Line, Seagate Torium 30, somewhere in that category. I think that rod's a little bit too small of a profile to use with something like a 4.0 or a Torium 50.
What's that? Daiwa 50s.
Daiwa 50 sizes. So Daiwa 50 sizes, Pen 40 sizes, Shimano 30 sizes. There you go. What's up, Jarvis Gray? Just saw you log in on Instagram. Brad has been posting some awesome stuff on his Instagram. All right. Can the cross-stitch 10-foot LSJ handle the 1.75 unleaded hammer bomb and the large bubble? Absolutely, yes. I think that most of the LSJs are that 30, 50 gram rating. And what is 0.9 of an ounce? 0.9 of an ounce is how many grams? Well, no, I'm sorry. 1.9 ounces, 28.4.
So 28, 58, 56.
I wish I had a calculator ready. I'm on my
So
phone, so I can't use it.
So 2 ounces is 56 grams.
Okay, so okay, perfect. So it's basically. I keep hearing the word being thrown around. I heard Max just post something the other day. Everybody's looking for the big bubble rod. What is your big bubble rod?
I get one. I built a custom Talon. I think it's a B131.
What's the lure?
Rated 1 to 3 ounces.
You feel like it has a good sweet
And
spot with that 1.9 full?
Yeah.
You run your bubbles full?
Yeah, maybe 3/4.
3/4.
But it's I'm using like PE2, which is like 20-pound braid, and maybe 30-pound leader, 40-pound leader.
All flies.
All flies. Yeah.
All right.
Or Mark White.
Okay.
The Mark White 1 ounce bar.
With bubble.
No,
you just
without-
cast with
yeah,
the lure.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's just that rod that's basically my bubble rod.
I got you.
I think it's 11.6.
So LSJ is what you would consider a big bubble rod. The LSJ is available in 3 different models on our website, and also I can 2 different lengths. There's a 9.6 LSJ and there's a 10-foot LSJ, light shore jigging. We'll call LSJ stands for big bubble rod, BBR. If we ever make a high fish gear rod, it's gonna be called the BBR. BBR, the big bubble rod. There you go. Everybody getting excited, like, whoa! I can't wait to sign up for no vacation.
I
on that
think
one.
about 1 to 3 ounces is
1
for
to
a
3.
large bubble rod, because
You think you should go
cannot-
over?
you cannot, you're not gonna max it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you go just to a 2 ounce, you basically at the max capacity of the rod.
Yeah, but I see that certain rods, like my Tika, the Tika salmon steelhead, when I max it out at 1.75, I get the best cast from it. If I drop anything lower than that, like I can tell my cast differences, of course, difference from the weight, but the rod doesn't give it that nice little spring.
It all depends on how much drop back you get from the tip too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
Actually-
it'll load different, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on where the bubble is.
But I mean, just from just still learning actions on rods and stuff. I mean, I had like what you would say is like a 1.75 ounce hammer bomb on a rod that was rated up to 3 ounces. And I was still bombing it out there, but the moment I switched over to my Tika with the same exact hammer bomb,
You got
I
better
noticed
distance.
plenty distance. So I mean, like underloading a rod, but you're talking about that custom rod, which is rated up to 3 ounces, but that has a whole nother action, like way different than
it
a
must be
steelhead
different.
rod.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of times, I think more people are leaning towards what you would consider the action of a steelhead rod. Where you have that real stiffness, and you can handle being loaded high.
Yeah. I haven't
Very
had-
technical conversation. I apologize for it, but hey, that's what we like to talk about.
I think I owned a cross stage at one point. I cannot remember what model it was, but I was using that for a bubble rod. It was a 10-foot rod.
Yeah.
It was a cross stage though.
It was probably close to the 60 gram rating though.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah. I cannot remember exactly what model, but yeah.
I got you. All right, let me see what other questions we got. Unleaded hammer bombs are my favorite as well. Build it and it will sell. BBR. Nobody take the name. I'll go trademark them right now. I have BBR. Big bubble rod. All right. Let's see. No any other questions on this side. Okay. I think I answered that question pretty well. Let's see. 40. I was looking at the LSJ that you gifted Capono from Shaka Fishing, and that one actually had a 30 to 50. But I guess what Wallace is saying right now is, most of the LSJ ratings are a 40 gram sweet spot with a plus minus 20.
Yeah.
So it's up to 60 down to 20. All right. What's up, Richie? You in? Bill likes throwing max. I do like throwing max. I like bombing it out. I get short time fishing, but I gotta try to cover as much ground as possible. I stand one spot. I go hoop, hoop, hoop. 20, 30 cast, and I already can hear my kids going, "Daddy, what's a good pull for whipping and dunking under $100 on high fish gear? Whipping and dunking, straight pull, $100. I'm liking the Penn Squadron. Hey, can you guys bring me a Penn Squadron from out there? The Penn Squadrons are under $100. They are like a budget battalion, budget prevail. They have a very good surf stiffness, kind of like what we're looking for here. It feels like leaning, you can buy like a really good custom rod.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people don't have that kind of money to get
budget.
it. Or it's a pain in the ass. You got to go take it to get somebody wrap it or try to learn how to wrap it yourself.
Yeah.
Do you wrap your own?
Yep.
All right. All right. Let me kind of show you real quick.
I've done.
That's the Squadron? Okay, so we did start stocking these. You guys got to sign up for notifications because we got in our first batch, and we'll probably get more in soon. But this is a nice, kind of like nice stiff surf rod, and the profile, it doesn't sacrifice the profile too much. Like, a lot of times you get a smaller profile rod than you get like a major, like really noodly, But feel this for like the profile of it.
This would do well.
Yeah.
For
So
maybe
definitely
a little bit too heavy for, but
no, it's
for-
not for
for-
like
for
plugging
club,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but for dunking, this is a great rod. Let me tell you exactly which one this is. This is a 9-foot. It is a medium action with a lure rating up to 3 ounces. And I tell you right now, like this feels a lot better than my first gen Penn Battalion. This is a new Squadron 3 actually. So the newer rods, it's kind of funny because they'll drop a new lower end rod. And it'll surpass the technology what's on their premier like battalion rods.
older rod generation.
So it's kind of funny. You guys got one sweet spot right now with the Squadron 3. Go check out the specs. And I tell you, it's a nice dunking rod, really nice dunking rod. And if you're looking for like what I might consider a broke dick plug-in rod, that's a broke dick plug-in rod right there. All right. Let's see what that is. Caden answered that question yesterday. Oh, okay. Is it worth it to switch to the triple cross LSJ if I already have the cross stitch?
I'm not sure on that one.
You know what, Guam? If you like flex on everybody, yeah, go for it. No, I think, brother, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, if you love that rod and it's good, between the crosses and the LSJ, you're talking about maybe like I feel like in hardware, maybe a 20% increase in quality from the hardware on the cross stitch to the triple cross. I don't think it's necessary. I'm kind of stingy and a little bit frugal, so I don't think it's worth it. All right. Stick with Wallace just says stick with the cross stitch. Save money and buy the triple cross when your cross stitch shits the bed. All right. Let's see. Thought so. Thanks. Well, okay. What is your favorite knot for dunking? I'm all about the Palomar. Tying off the hard tackle, Palomar.
I just not recent, but I've been just using a clinch.
Cinch or clinch?
Cinch or clinch. Yeah.
Clinch. You're talking about tying off what to the hardware, like the swivel?
Yeah.
So for me, it's mainline to swivel is going to be Palomar. Anything tied off to my swivel is Palomar because I love that 2 lines. Does your clinch have 2 lines going over the?
I just double it.
You double. Oh, you double it,
Yeah.
and then okay, I see what you're saying. He clinch or cinch? Is it clinch? Or are you talking about cinch not
Go
improve cinch?
in 7 times or 5 times around.
And then back through. That's on cinch.
Yeah.
So improved cinch is what I think what you're using.
No, I don't go back through. I just
You go
wrap it up and you
1,
just
2, 3,
put
4,
it
5,
through.
6, 7, and the tail end goes through.
Yeah. Improve is you doubling it back.
Oh
through
yeah.
that kind, yeah.
I got you. So
Yeah.
just an old school cinch
Yeah.
knot. All right. Well, whipping is always I like cinches because it's just so much more cleaner than a Palomar,
Yeah.
and you always get that nice center line.
It's faster to tie.
Yeah. Oh, it is pretty fast. You're right about that. All right. Looking for a whipping setup. Okay. I also noticed that we got back in stock yesterday. Back available on the website. All you guys out there looking for a whipping combo. $109.99. Shimano Scimitar. It's a 9-foot rod. It has a 4K Shimano reel already on it. It's not the best reel. It's not the worst reel. The rod is rated up to 1.5 ounces, so you can do that 3/4 bubble.
Yeah.
It is $109. If you don't have a whipping setup already, this is a great beginner setup because you can find out if you want to go lighter or you find out if you want to go heavier. And it's only $109 for the rod and the reel. Scimitar, I think we have a total of 6 in stock. They go quick, so jump on the website and check them out. All right. Cinch works well and it's really quick. So Richie called it. Okay. Only get 2 left of that combo. People sleeping on their notifications. All right, there's only 2 left. I'm sorry. Go get them quickly. By the way, all you guys, I cannot wait till Friday to pick up my medium heavy Tika Alua Blue. You better grab that tonight. That direct deposit better hit tonight because we are running freaking low and I cannot get any more on the Pauhana already. We're not going to be able to get any more. There is heavy actions available, the extra heavies for all you paddle out guys. Those are going quick too. I think there's less than 10 available of both. You guys, I'm telling you right now, and I'm not bullshitting you, go get them right away. All right. I think we're down on Instagram. Is there an ideal length your bubble should be from rod tip when whipping? I like to reel them right up to the tip.
I think I keep mine about a foot.
About a foot?
Yeah.
Do you do a little swing before you go, or you just go for them?
I think I just cast.
You just cast?
Yeah.
All right. So he goes about a foot, and he is more pro status than me, I got to say. You get more time to fish this way. But
it just loads better for my specific
I
rod.
got you. Mine is
it
usually...
all depends on what rod you
Yeah,
have.
mine is usually about that far away from the tip, so you're going a little
It
bit more than
depends
that.
on what rod you have, your style, and your
That's true.
style of casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, too, because everybody's got different mechanics
Yeah.
as well. All right, tips for plugging from high cliff. Popper always jumping out of the water. You got a
Ooh.
trick for that? I'm all ears, bro.
More slack in the line.
So don't...
So when you gotta leave some slack in the line to pull, so it doesn't jump out. Because if it's tight, you can't.
I got you.
You know
So
what I
you're
mean?
you're bringing it in. You got a tight line.
But then
like
you gotta leave a little bit more slack when you pop it.
Okay, so almost
So it
like a
doesn't jump.
pause before you.
No, like
pop.
you gotta leave like an extra. You cannot have it tight to the popper of the line.
Yeah.
You need to leave more slack in your line. Like, don't reel it till it's tight and then pop it, because when you
That's what
have
makes
it-
it skip off the top.
when you have it tight, because now you're changing the line angle. But if you have a little slack in it, it seems to stay on the water better.
I got you. That makes sense. It makes a lot of
And
sense,
not
actually.
don't jerk it as hard as you would if you're at sea level.
Yeah.
You just gotta pop it a little softer.
All right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Hey, I'm going to try that next time I see it skipping off the top like that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Max Renegado says, Ramsey, pop and rest, watch the surf. Okay, best hooks for 2-inch grubs. Size 12 BKN. What is your grub hook?
What's that? Eagle Claw 189.
What size?
Number 4.
Number 4. That's actually the bigger one, yeah. Good. That's
use
for
that-
a 2-inch.
I use that with the 2-inch Campanas.
I got you.
Yeah.
I usually go 6 on the. They're called Eagle Claw bait holders.
Yeah.
So
that's the one.
I like the size 6 for Campanas, size 4 for like the 3.5 Zoos. So, all right. Do you have a video about Newell reel codes? Would be helpful. Lucas Kavica, I'll put that I'll put that on the back burner on the stove. But I'll gather some more research to make sure I'm not talking out of my ass, and I'll definitely make it a point to make a video talk about the Newell reel codes. Now that we have the studio and I can bring in guests, I can bring in people that know what they're talking about. Like right now, that was a valuable piece of information. I appreciate you dropping that high altitude when you're on the rocks and the lure is skipping off the top. Something I personally I experienced, and I thought it was just, why is this doing that? And that was a beautiful answer. Thank you for being here. You can say thank you to Andy and myself for all the valuable information that you just got. 30 minutes. Wow. Wow. It just seemed like
Is it that
15,
long?
right?
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
30 minutes, just like that. You can say thanks by leaving a like right on this video. Whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, leave a like, drop a comment. It helps the algorithm, and it helps us get more people to come and watch. So please take a moment, leave a like. Go check out all the brand new lures on the front page of our website, and we will catch you guys back here tomorrow. Aloha, everybody.